up, guys? How you doing? Today I want to go over an option for you for mounting your Ultraview 3 or 2 scope to your site. I've gotten a few questions about that from the people that purchased scopes from me, and I just kind of wanted to go over what I did. Before that, I just want to thank you guys for all the support. We appreciate it. We're full steam ahead. We're trying to grow by the day. We've got a website. We haven't launched it yet. We're working on some legalities as far as branding the Rad Archery name. Once we get that taken care of, we're going to open the website up. We're going to introduce it to everybody. We're going to get some more accessories and parts in here. We'll get some shirts and hats and continue moving forward. And I just want to appreciate let you guys know I appreciate you. Okay. Now for the scopes. If you bought an Ultraview 2 or 3, you're going to need a scope rod to mount it onto your existing site. Okay. So Excel, if you bought an Excel Pro without a scope, it will come with a rod, and that will work just fine. Okay. Any rod out there will work just fine as long as it's the correct diameter, whether you run a 1/2 inch or a 3/8 inch, depending on the site you have. If you go to Ultraview's website, if you click on the scopes, go to description, and in that part of the site, you'll see a link to click on. They have a chart that tells you what sites their scope will work with and what you need. Okay, they do go through that with you, they'll tell you if your scope works or not. Some of your scopes, if you guys are running multi-pin scopes on your site, you're going to need to get some parts from that manufacturer, most likely. Example, if you're running a Fast Eddy 3-pin slider, okay, you buy a rod, it still won't work on your scope. You need to contact Spot Hog and get the adapter for their single pin sight or scope. Okay, you're going to need that from them first, and then you're going to run a 3/8 tube on the Fast Eddy, 1/2 inch tubes on the Excels. All right, so the tube is what I want to talk about. Okay, when you got the UV2, it had a threaded rod. Okay, and you would thread that into your tube, and it would stick out a little bit, and you could put some nuts on the end of it if you wanted to secure it a little extra if you want, and it would look like this. All right, that's what it looked like. All right, now you didn't have to put the bolts on here because it's threaded throughout the rod, but this is what it looked like. So you had thread sticking out here, you've got a nut inside here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. There's a nut inside there. And it worked fine, and this scope is cool, but this new UV3 is defined a lot nicer, man. It is super sexy. It's much cleaner, much more universal. If you want to go from a target setup to a target setup, a hunting setup, whatever, if you want to switch back and forth, it's really the way to go. All right, super clean. So take this off real quick. That's that easy. I can go ahead and take this off and slide in, a 4X lens if I wanted to. All right, or a 6X, whatever I wanted to put in there, I could just slide it in there. But in here, there is, see that head in there? Okay, so instead of having the nut on this side of the bolt or threaded rod, you've actually got a bolt in there. It's got a head on it. Okay, so all I did was put a little Loctite the threads closer to the head, all right, and screwed it into this rod. Now this rod is threaded in this scope side, all right, and because it's a little bit longer, it's 2.5 inches overall length. Their new bolt for the Ultraview 3 is longer than the 2. It will stick out more in your Excel rod, all right? And this one, it's super clean, doesn't stick out at all. You just barely see it in there. So you got a $500 setup. You don't want to have thread sticking out, okay? You just don't want to. It looks cheap in my opinion. So for $22 and some shipping, you can get a Shrew rod, all right? I've got 10 more of these coming. I should have them next week. I got 10 more and a 1/2 inch for the Excel guys, or any of the guys needed a 1/2 inch rod. And then I've got 2 to 3/8 rods coming for your Fast Eddy guys running the Spot Hogs. That's all was in stock. So if you're interested in those, just send me a DM and I'll put your name on a list and I'll make sure we get you one, okay? So that way you can mount your scope to your site. I've had a few people purchased these from me, and when they got them home, they got to them like, oh man, I thought my rod was going to work off my scope. If you're running a single pin sight and scope combo now, chances are your rod that's on your scope will not work if it's like an Excel. If you're running their scope rod has got a foot on it, and it will not fit on the Ultraview. Okay, it won't fit. You're gonna need to get another rod. Excels will work. There's nothing wrong with them as far as the structure goes. To me, it just looks nice to have a little bit longer rod. All right, so like I said, I have more of these. Come and contact me if you want to do that. I've also have more hunting kits coming in UV3 and 4X target kits coming. Honestly, they're not going to be here for 3-4 weeks. Okay, and it could be sooner. I'm just being optimistic for you guys. I don't want to lie to you. Ship date's roughly 3 weeks. I'm going to say it's 4, and it could go 5, but I could get them in 2 weeks. This last batch I got, I expected in 3 weeks, and they actually shipped the same week. So it just really depends. If you're interested in a scope, I'll put your name on a list, and I'll get payment from you once I have them in hand. I don't want to take your money now. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'll put you on a list. I'll take everybody's name. If I got 10 or 11 scopes coming, I'll take everybody's name down that contacts me. I contact you for payment. You don't want it, cool, I'll move on to the next guy. I'm easy. All right, but we're give everybody a chance. I mean, these are hot. This is probably the hottest product of 2021 as far as I'm concerned right now. It's awesome, and I recommend it. Okay, I can't wait to actually hunt with it this year too, not just shoot at some targets. So, have any questions about that at all? Any more information to help me out as well, go ahead and contact me. I appreciate it. I'll answer any questions you guys have. Send me a DM. Follow our YouTube channel, guys. If you're not doing that so far, I'm going to try to put as much info and data out there as I can for you guys and help you out. That's what I'm here for. And I'm learning all of this as well, just like you are. Okay? I'm here for you guys. Contact me if you need anything. Appreciate y'all. Have a good day.